Dozens of people are searching for a missing hiker in the gorge.
21-year-old Riley Zickel set out on an overnight hike by himself.
Colorado County Sheriff's Office is searching for a missing hiker on the Olympic Peninsula.
John and Trevor Higgins, the father and son, were last seen Friday. They disappeared while hunting near Bear Camp Road above Agnes.
21-year-old Riley Zickel, the senior at Lewis and Clark College, disappeared.
An emotional plea from friends of a woman who is missing right now in the Skamania County wilderness. She's 19 years old, Maureen Kelly.
Searchers are looking for a 76-year-old farmer who did not come back from mushroom hunting near Grangeville.
Hello, and welcome to the Pacific Northwest Missing Persons Project. I'm your host, Tanner Hoskins, Executive Director here at PNW MPP and co-founder of Pacific Northwest Bigfoot Search. Today's episode is going to continue on the topic from the episode prior to our Halloween special. I'm going to discuss missing persons and deaths within Yosemite National Park in California. This national park covers a sprawling 738,000 acres with more than 750 miles of hiking trails within its boundaries. Yosemite National Park has seen its fair share of death, with 163 documented deaths from 2003 to 2023 and over 1,300 deaths since 1890. Before we get into the details, I have 3 announcements to make. The first one is that our Sasquatch research season is in full swing, and a new video will be debuting on our YouTube channel around the date of December 14th. This video documents our final camping trip of the year, and footage will include dashcam footage, personal body-worn cameras, GoPro footage, and some drone footage from our trip. Our team conducted the snowy expedition and experienced deep snow as we traversed game trails and blared Sasquatch vocalizations, which possibly garnered a response. You don't want to miss this upcoming video. Our second announcement. We want to thank everyone who has reached out asking to join our team here at PNW MPP and PNW Bigfoot Search. But please know that we are not currently accepting volunteers at PNW MPP or for our Bigfoot research team. We are still working out the details as to what a volunteer search team would look like, and for now, we are choosing to utilize a team that we already have. Our team is well vetted and are all family, friends, or neighbors that we know and trust personally. This choice is made to protect our team in the field. If you are interested in assisting us in our research and our field operations, please send us any information you locate in the field in pursuit of your own answers. It's up to us, the outdoors community, to never leave a fellow outdoorsman behind. No matter how long someone has been missing, their bodies deserve to be put to rest, and their families deserve answers and closure. Our final announcement. Mark your calendars, because September 2025 is going to be huge. Our nonprofit, the Pacific Northwest Missing Persons Project, is hosting an epic fundraiser auction, and it's all for a great cause. Every single dollar raised goes straight to supporting our mission here at PNW MPP. But here's the real headline. One lucky winner and a +1 will win the chance to come camping with our team from PNW Bigfoot Search. That's right, we're auctioning off a once-in-a-lifetime experience, a 2-night trip to one of our top research hotspots in the breathtaking backcountry of the Pacific Northwest. Imagine this, you'll be hiking deep into Sasquatch country, blaring Bigfoot vocalizations, following fresh game trails, and getting up close and personal with wildlife, and maybe even something a little more mysterious. We'll bring the food, the tents, and the expert guidance, and all you have to do is bring your outdoor clothing, medications, and an adventurous spirit. This isn't just any camping trip. It's an exclusive adventure with our team, uncovering the wild secrets of Bigfoot's backyard. So get ready to bid big and join us on an unforgettable journey. With all of that being said, let's get into this week's episode. Kieran Burke, 45-year-old white male from Dublin, Ireland, was an experienced hiker and was very familiar with the outdoors. Kieran had traveled to the United States for a 2-week vacation in San Francisco when he decided to visit Yosemite National Park. Kieran, a 6-foot-tall, 180-pound Caucasian male, rented a hotel room from April 4th to April 6th of 2000, but was last seen on April 5th near Curry Village in Yosemite National Park. Kieran was last seen wearing a leather bomber jacket and possibly carrying a camera. That's the only clothing description that I was able to locate. Kieran was planning a day hike for April 5th, but never arrived back at the hotel. And on April 10th, Kieran's vehicle was located abandoned in the Curry Village parking lot with no sign of Kieran at the scene. On April 11th, more than 6 days after Kieran was last seen, search and rescue crews began their exhaustive efforts. But over the course of a week-long search, no sign of Kieran was ever located. Our second case for today, Ruth Ruppert, a 49-year-old Caucasian female from Florida, vanished on August 14th of 2000 in Yosemite National Park. Ruth was 5 foot 5 inches tall, weighing about 140 pounds, with brown hair, brown eyes, and a prosthetic eye. Ruth was quite an experienced outdoorswoman and had climbed Half Dome more than once and scaled Argentine Peak in Colorado on December 31st of 1999 to celebrate the dawn of the new year. Ruth had also climbed up Tanzania's Mount Kilimanjaro despite suffering from severe frostbite on her climb. Ruth was one badass woman. Like Kieran, Ruth was last seen in the Curry Village area of Yosemite National Park around noon on August 14th of 2000. Ruth had been planning on going on an exhausting 30-mile backcountry backpacking trip in the park, but had postponed this plan due to a sudden illness. Ruth had planned to join a group for the backcountry trip, which was supposed to take about 7 days. But after Ruth left her doctor's appointment at Yosemite Valley Medical Center, she decided that she was not up for the challenge of the 30-mile trip. Instead of attempting to catch up to the group for the long-duration backpacking adventure, Ruth decided to go on a day hike from Yosemite Falls to the Foresta area. Ruth has not been seen or heard from since. Park rangers did not locate Ruth's vehicle in the Curry Village parking area until September 11th of 2000. During the search and rescue efforts, a hiker came forward and stated that Ruth had talked to her about Indian Canyon and the Snow Creek Trail area near North Dome. And the hiker said that it seemed to pique Ruth's interest. With that information, searchers believe that Ruth may have decided to attempt to catch up to the hiking group that she had missed. But despite a weekend of searching the area, search and rescue located no sign of Ruth. In 2008, Ruth's backpack was located in the Fireplace Creek drainage. This corresponds with the route that she would have taken from Yosemite Falls to Foresta. Outside of the backpack being located, no other sign of Ruth has ever been found. Now, according to our records here at PNW MPP, since 2017, more than 30 people have vanished in Yosemite National Park. The second most dangerous national park appears to be that of Mount Rainier in Washington, which is close to our Sasquatch research hotspot, and the third national park is Grand Canyon National Park. Grand Canyon has more missing than any other location, with the amount of missing people in the park tallied to well over 1,000. Unfortunately, the National Park Service does not keep record of this, which continues to blow all of our minds here at PNW MPP. The third case that I wanted to talk about is that of Timothy Barnes, a 24-year-old white male standing at 6 foot 4 inches tall, weighing about 180 pounds, traveled to Yosemite National Park from Rancho Cucamonga, California on July 5th of 1988. Timothy left Tenaya Lakes near Highway 120 just east of Tioga Road at about 9 a.m. on July 5th. Tim was planning to hike to Polydome Lakes, which is located about 3 miles from Tenaya Lakes. The hike should not have been any problem for Tim. The weather on that day was nice and the trail was pretty straightforward. Viewing the area from Google Maps and on X, you can see to this day that the trail is pretty much clear-cut, even from an aerial view. Yet something happened between Tenaya Lakes and Polydome Lakes to cause Tim to simply vanish without a trace. When Tim failed to arrive as scheduled back home on July 6th, friends and family reported him missing to law enforcement. The hardest part of Tim's planned route would have been the summit of Polydome, as he would have gone off trail to reach the Polydome Lakes. An exhaustive search and rescue attempt was made, but no sign of Tim was ever located. On July 19th of 1990, Tim was legally declared deceased, though his body and personal belongings have never been located. As of today, if Tim is still on the mountain near Polydome Lakes, all that would be recognizable of him would be a plate and pin that were in his ankle from a previous surgery, and the rubber from the bottom of his shoes. If you plan to ever hike to the Polydome Lakes area of Yosemite National Park, please keep an eye out while you're in the area. Now, to date, like I said, more than 30 people have vanished in Yosemite, including F.P. Shepard, the first person to vanish within the park boundary on June 11, 1909. This was followed by Frank Kinnaman, also on June 11th, but in 1925 from Camp Curry, which is now Curry Village. The third is Godfrey Wondrosek, April 26, 1933, last seen in Camp 7 near Half Dome. Fourth is Norris Parent, June 9, 1933, in the Tioga Pass area. The fifth is Emerson Holt, July 18th of 1943, near Merced Lake. William Dickinson, August 8th, 1948, just below Arched Rock. Malcolm McClintock, September 3rd, 1950, near Glacier Point. Louis Miller, July 20th of 1954, near Dana Meadows and Mono Pass. Walter Gordon, October 9th, 1954, near the Ahwahnee Hotel. Orvar von Loss, July 28th, 1967, near Camp Flower in the Eagle Peak area. Tom Opperman, May 3rd, 1969, near Merced Lake in Mount Clark area. Nelson Paisley, June 18th of 1970, near Merced River at Cascades, last seen wading into the river. Christine Fuentes, June 20th of 1970, at Vernal Falls, last seen wading into the river. Jerome Oldages, June 20th, 1970, as well, at Merced River Dam, also last seen wading into the river. Stephen Brown, July 1st, 1971, at Waterwheel Falls, last seen wading into the river. Randy Friedman, July 20th of 1971, at Vernon Falls. Durkran Najin, July 24th, 1972, last seen in Curry Village. Lyndon Moore, November 4th, 1973, last seen near Glacier Point. Fred Comstock, November 30th, 1973, near Volgaslong. Jeff Estes, May 24th, 1976, at Tioga Road at May Lake. Susan Shanton, May 14th, 1978, near Wildcat Creek. Stacy Arris, July 17th, 1981, at the Sunrise High Sierra Camp, possibly en route to Sunrise Lakes. Timothy Barnes, who was mentioned in today's episode, July 5th, 1988. Donal Bakanon, November 10th, 1988, near Half Dome. David Morrison, May 25th, 1998, near Half Dome. Kieran Burke, also mentioned in today's episode, April 5th of 2000, near Curry Village. Ruth Ruppert, mentioned in today's story as well. Walter Reinhardt, September 20th of 2002, near White Wolf. Michael Fissery, June 15th, 2005, near Tiltil Village. George Penka, July 17th, 2011, near Yosemite Creek at the top of Yosemite Falls. Peter Jackson, September 26, 2016, near White Wolf. Joel Thomason, September 9, 2021, near Hetch Hetchy, near Lake Eleanor. And Sandra Johnson Hughes, mentioned in a previous episode, on July 4th of 2020, near Chickato Pass Trailhead. I know that's a lot of information, but if that list isn't enough to make you wonder what's happening within Yosemite National Park boundaries, I don't know what will. While many people tack these missing person cases up to the idea that someone simply became lost in the wilderness, the list and the time of year that impacted these missing person cases stands out as a possible connection. While it's true that the summer months are the usual tourist dates to visit the area, and with millions of people visiting each year, it's hard to imagine that these individuals could remain missing for centuries and decades, but they do. The size of Yosemite National Park could play a big factor into these missing person cases. Yosemite covers nearly 748,000 acres of land and has over 750 miles of hiking trails to be explored. That's a lot of ground to cover in search of a missing hiker. Some of these trails have sheer drop-offs, where one misstep could lead to a massive fall and likely death. According to the statistics that we have, roughly 1,300 people have died within Yosemite National Park since 1890. From the statistics I could find documenting deaths within the park, mostly come from 2003 to 2023, where an additional 163 people have died in the park itself while visiting. 53 people have died from falls, 33 people have died, quote, naturally, 21 people have drowned, and 15 have died from unknown reasons, and the remaining 10 have died in vehicle crashes within the park boundary. Adding that all up, Yosemite National Park experiences roughly 14.7 deaths every year, not including the missing person cases. Now, it wouldn't be our podcast if I didn't include some of these other statistics. On top of all of that, some of the best evidence of Sasquatch existence comes from Yosemite National Park. Most specifically, the High Sierra Camp, where Ron Moorhead recorded the famous Sierra sounds. Ron Moorhead and the hunting party that he ventured out with every year experienced strange vocalizations, witnessed orbs and UAPs flying in the forest above the tree line and around the vegetation, as well as witnessed large hair-covered bipedal creatures roaming the forest around their deer camp. Are these missing person cases related to the UAP phenomenon that we're hearing more about as Congress ramps up their public testimony into the UFO and UAP investigations? Are Sasquatch that still call the Yosemite area and Sierra Nevada mountain range home to blame for some of these? It's difficult not to think about those questions when it comes to these strange disappearances. I would also like to share that our goal here at PNW MPP is not to scare you away from visiting these popular destinations. Instead, the goal is to make you aware that strange things happen in the wilderness, especially Yosemite National Park. If you plan to visit any of the areas mentioned in this week's episode, please carry bear spray and a personal locator beacon. Search and rescue can deploy to your location and be accurate within 3 meters if you have a functioning personal locator beacon in your pack. Also, please keep your eyes peeled for anything that may belong to any number of these missing person cases. It's listeners like you that can help close these type of cases for law enforcement and the families affected. Now, next week, I'm going to dive into the next major missing persons location, closer to our Sasquatch research zones, Mount Rainier National Park in Washington State. This mountain is known for Sasquatch sightings, unexplained plane crashes, and UAP/UFO phenomenon dating back centuries. What is it about national parks that seem to bring unexplained aerial phenomenon and cryptid sightings? Is it that The tourists just aren't used to seeing the night sky? Or maybe they're unfamiliar with what bears look like? Or is it something that's much more sinister at play? If you're interested in learning more about Sasquatch sightings in and around the areas mentioned in today's episode, please utilize our good friends at the Bigfoot Mapping Project, www.bigfootmap.com. And be sure to peruse the website, where there are thousands of sightings and incidences listed on the interactive map, and bring a whole host of questions to not only the missing persons phenomenon, but also to Sasquatch as well. If you plan to recreate in the outdoors of the Pacific Northwest, please view our website at www.pnwmpp.org. There you will find an interactive map on our homepage with more than 500 missing persons listed. The map is updated once every 2 weeks, and this project is made available because all of us here at PNWMPP believe that this information should be at the forefront of our minds every time we enter the wilderness. You never know when you might locate something that brings answers or closure to a grieving family. Thank you.